What this is going to be, I'm just going to be happy with this. I've tried to do this a couple times and I was having technical difficulties, so I'm not going to bore you guys for very long. I got a really nice bottle of whiskey from my parents, and I'm really excited about it because this is what I normally drink over here. And I thought, well, I always like to see how things compare to other things and to see if I can taste the difference. And um, I'm not going to say how much things cost. I think that'd be in poor taste, but I'll just say this. I normally drink this one. It's pretty cheap, but it's good. This is the one that it's a middle range one, and if I feel like rewarding myself or I'm out at a bar and I'm feeling kind of frisky, I'll get this. This is Buffalo Trace, and this is called Angel's Envy. And so I'm going to try them all together. I don't know. I'm not really knowledgeable in whiskey. I just know that I like it a whole lot. And I think that's all that matters with anything. If you like it, that's all that matters. So I drink a lot of Evan Williams because I did some research into. I wanted to find a inexpensive whiskey that was still. I wanted to find like the diamond in the rough, like a whiskey that like you really got good value for. I didn't want something junky, and I didn't want to overpay for something that's not that great. Like I'm just going to tell you right now, and I hope I don't lose any friends. Not a big fan of Jack Daniels. I think it's rough. If you're going to put Coke in it, maybe. But I found that this is pretty cheap. Buy it in a half gallon, and I think this is better than Jack Daniels, and it's probably half the cost, if not less than that. I normally this is just my regular. I don't drink every day. I drink maybe 2 nights a week, but this is what I normally drink. I'll just say that I can get a half gallon like this for like $20. So I'm not going to get smashed here. This is my night off. Tomorrow's my day off, so that's why I'm drinking on Tuesday night. This is a bourbon. It's made in Kentucky. It's made. They've been making this since 1783. They say that this is the oldest still running distillery in the United States. So that says something. And the thing I'll say about Evan Williams is it's got a nice dark nutty flavor. It's a bourbon. Both of these are bourbons. Uh, I believe, and I'm not an expert, that a bourbon has to be 81%. I'm sorry, 51% corn, and it's got to be aged in oak barrels. There's probably other things. You know what? Am I? Yes, I am. I am global. I might have done this. Yeah, in public. Okay. Um, so here we go. This is I usually have this on a regular basis. I make a lot of old fashions with it, and it's surprisingly smooth. It's nice. It's got kind of a dark flavor to it. It's kind of nutty, and I'm gonna wash my palate out with water. Now, like I said, this is pretty cheap, and if you wanted to have like a good stocked whiskey in your cabinet, uh, especially if people are making like whiskeys and cokes and things like that, well, they're not going to know the difference. And I will tell you this: being a resident and a citizen of Tennessee and an adopted Tennessean, um, I do like. I mean, I respect Jack Daniels, but I think this is a better whiskey, made in Kentucky. Now, this one I really like this. I think the packaging is kind of chotsy. I like things that are truly authentic. I don't like things that are trying to be authentic. So it's got this like torn paper to make it look kind of frontiery, and I feel like just kind of I don't know. But and that kind of turned me off to them. But the whiskey is absolutely delicious. Great things like certain flavors remind you of something. And one time, Laura and I were coming. She's over there cooking right now. We were coming back from my cousin's wedding in Nebraska, or actually it was in Iowa. Well, it was right on the border. I think we stayed in Nebraska, but the wedding reception was in Iowa. And on the way back, we stopped in Kansas City. Laura and I really love that town. It's a beautiful town. And there's an outside entertainment district, and it's absolutely fabulous. And we stopped and we had ribs, and I got some Buffalo Trace. I asked them to make an old fashioned, which is my favorite drink, and they said they didn't know how to do it. So I said, okay, just put it on the rocks. And I'm telling you, I was just drinking double Buffalo Traces on the rocks and eating ribs, and oh, I mean, it was just a great night. And ever since then, I've really loved Buffalo Trace. I got a viewer. MJ says I don't care for Jack Daniels either. My go-to is Maker's Mark is fantastic, fantastic whiskey. So here we go. This is Buffalo Trace. This bottle, this is this probably costs per ounce twice as much as the Evan Williams. Now that has a brighter, sweeter flavor to it, and yeah, I mean it actually has a really sweet flavor to it. It's kind of bright. I'm not used to drinking straight whiskey. I'm kind of a candy boy. I usually make drinks out of them, but that especially, and drinking it straight without water in it because the water will kind of open up the flavors a little bit. So we're kind of roughing it here, but that's a great whiskey. This one I usually make something with, like an old fashioned. This one I can drink on the rocks. Now this one my dad told me. He says you got to drink it neat or maybe with a little water or ice. So I'm not going to say how much this bottle is. It's a lot. Fortunately, I play a little nylon string guitar, so I have I got long fingernails. Now this is a rye. Now, like I said, the bourbons I believe have to be 51% cornmeal, and then they can do whatever they want with the rest. It's got to be aged in oak barrels. I think there's some more criteria after that. A rye, to legally be a rye, it has to be, I believe, 51% rye, and then the other 49% could be anything you want it to be. Now, this rye, I believe, my reading glasses, but I believe this is 95% rye mash. So that's mostly rye. It's also it's a rye whiskey finished in a Caribbean rum cask. Well, I really like Caribbean rum, and this is 100 proof. I think that's 80. You can't see it down there. I think that's 82. So this is some. I really like rye, and rye to me always have a much brighter flavor than the bourbons. So we'll see. I'm scared. Oh wow. Oh wow. There's like almost like a maple flavor to it. Oh, a very sweet flavor. Well, it's finished in a rum cask. So we'll see how that goes. Angel's Envy. So hopefully this is something that the angels wish that they could be as sweet. Here we go. Salute. Wow. Yeah. Wow, it's got a very like honey like finish to it. And it's very mellow. It's fantastic. Wow. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mary. So here it is, the Angel's Envy finished rye, finished in a Caribbean rum cask. We got this at I don't know where they got it. Let's see, but this is bottle. This is batch 100. See that it's batch 100, bottle 120, 122. All right. Well, have a great night, and tomorrow, I have a friend named Vanessa. She has a page called a group called Vanessa's Candles and Oils, something like that. Just look it up. Laura and I, well, she's going to do the camera work, but I am going to cook authentic Hungarian paprikash. I don't know if some of you knew this, but I lived in Hungary for about 3 months. Did a lot of cooking over there. Cooked with a lot of real Hungarians. Learned how to do some things. Now, I will admit that years later I went back and found a recipe, but it's pretty much how we made it in Hungary. And we have real Hungarian paprika. And I'm telling you, it's better than what you buy at Kroger. Soon as someone brought Laura some from back from Hungary, and as soon as I tasted it, I was like, all those memories. This would have been like in the early to mid '90s that I lived in Hungary. Fantastic time. So it's on Vanessa's candles and I'm screwing it up. Candles and lotions. If you do a search, you'll find it. We're going to be there live about 7 o'clock tomorrow. So anyway, talk to you guys later. I love you all, and have a good night.